The Things They Carried. Summary. An unnamed narrator describes in third person the thoughts and actions of Johnny Cross, the lieutenant of an Army unit on active combat duty in the Vietnam War. Lieutenant Cross is preoccupied by thoughts of Martha, a young woman he dated before he joined the Army. He thinks about letters she wrote him. He thinks about whether or not she is a virgin. He thinks about how much he loves her and wants her to love him. Her letters do not indicate that she feels the same way. The narrator lists things that the soldiers carry with them, both tangible and intangible, such as Lieutenant Cross' picture of and feelings for Martha. Other members of the unit are introduced through descriptions of the things they carry, such as Henry Dobbins, who carries extra food, Ted Lavender, who carries tranquilizer pills, and Kiowa, who carries a hunting hatchet. O'Brien introduces readers to the novel's primary characters by describing the articles that the soldiers carry. The level of detail O'Brien offers about the characters is expanded upon and illuminated in the chapters that follow, though O'Brien distills the essence of each character's personality through the symbolic items each carries. Henry Dobbins carries a machine gun and his girlfriend's pantyhose. Dave Jensen carries soap, dental floss, foot powder, and vitamins. Mitchell Sanders carries condoms, brass knuckles, and the unit's radio. Norman Bowker carries a diary. Kiowa carries a volume of the New Testament and moccasins. Rat Kiley carries his medical kit, brandy, comic books, and M&M's candy. The narrator offers additional detail about selected items. For example, the poncho Ted Lavender carries will later be used by his fellow soldiers to carry his dead body. This device is an example of the author and narrator embedding small details in the text that will be further explained later in the book. It is important to note, too, how the details are selective. They are recalled by a character, the unnamed narrator of the chapter. The details of what each man carries are funneled through the memory of this narrator. O'Brien details at great length what all the men carry: standard gear, weapons, tear gas, explosives, ammunitions, entrenching tools, starlight scopes, grenades, flak jackets, boots, rations, and the Army newsletter. They also carry their grief, terror, love, and longing, with poise and dignity. O'Brien's extended catalog of items creates a picture in the reader's mind that grows incrementally. O'Brien's technique also allows each character to be introduced with a history and a unique place within the group of men. Lieutenant Cross is singled out from the group, and O'Brien offers the most detail about his interior feelings and thoughts. Many of these soldiers hump, or carry, photographs, and Lieutenant Cross has an action shot of Martha playing volleyball. He also carries memories of their date and regrets that he did not try to satisfy his desire to become intimate with her by tying her up and touching her knee. O'Brien stresses that Lieutenant Cross carries all these things, but in addition carries the lives of his men. Commentary. Even as O'Brien opens The Things They Carried, he sets forth the novel's primary themes of memory and imagination and the opportunity for mental escape that these powers offer. For example, as Lieutenant Cross moves through the rigorous daily motions of combat duty, his mind dwells on Martha. Importantly, as he thinks about Martha, he does not merely recall memories of her. Instead, he imagines what might be, such as romantic camping trips into the White Mountains in New Hampshire. O'Brien describes these longings of Lieutenant Cross as pretending. Pretending is a form of storytelling, that is, telling stories to oneself. O'Brien underscores the importance of Lieutenant Cross's actions by emphasizing the artifacts, Martha's letters and photograph, and characterizes Lieutenant Cross as the carrier of these possessions as well as of his love for Martha. O'Brien moves from employing the literary technique of describing the soldier's physical artifacts to introducing the novel's primary characters.